Fireworks last night.
Oh my gosh. We sat out in front of the firehouse.
Yeah.
It was an array of
Really?
people showing fireworks.
No, I didn't hear.
Didn't you?
No, when I go to sleep.
Fireworks was legal in
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Wow.
the devil out of my cat.
How bad? Poor thing.
I'm surprised our little dog
Nothing?
doesn't bother at all. He's out in the yard playing and looking at the fireworks. It's like, okay. Is my mic on? Sounds like. Shut that off.
Yes, Dwayne, your mic's on. Are you there, Mary? Bill, do you still have me muted?
Oh,
Okay.
I'm gonna be watching the board meeting live, okay?
we ready?
Yes, is this the pharmacy?
Wow.
Is it possible for me to order some, hello, can you hear me?
Mary, you
Can you
need,
hear me?
Mary, you need,
Oh, okay, is it possible for me to order some COVID test kits and have someone pick them up? I understand my insurance will cover it and they'll be free.
Mary, you need to mute. Can you mute her? Well, I'm going to do it. Good morning. I'm going to call to order the regular board meeting of July 5th, 2022 at 9:31 here in Marks Hall. I'm going to go ahead and give the invocation and start the Pledge of Allegiance. Heavenly Father, we come to you today asking for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this meeting. Help us engage in a meaningful discussion, allow us to grow closer as a group, and nurture the bonds of the community. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States
Flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
liberty and justice for all.
liberty, justice for all.
Okay, Lori, would you take the roll call, please?
Yeah, as I do roll call, I need to know if you're present in the Marks Hall or if you're joining via Zoom. Mary Chandler. Lori Dalton, I'm here via Zoom. Kathy Gregory.
Present in the hall.
Todd Lombardi.
Present by Zoom.
By Zoom. Russell McAllister,
Present by Zoom.
Lewis Nichols, Pete Price,
Absent.
Sandy Simonich,
Present in the hall.
Dwayne Trotter,
Present in the hall.
present in hall. Mary, come back to Mary Chandler because you had Bill mute her. Does Bill have to unmute her for me to hear her?
She's not muted. but
I'm here on Zoom.
Okay,
Okay. All right. Excellent. All right. Thank you very much.
not having a quorum, I'm going to adjourn the board meeting and move right into the workshop. And I adjourn the meeting at 9:34.
9:30 what? Thank you.
Well, that was the fastest board meeting that we've had. Okay, call to order the Board of Trustee Workshop for July 5th, 2022 at 9:35 a.m.
Yep, what's going on?
Yeah. I would prefer to have it in email, and still, I'm hoping that you did call Todd. Good. Yep, and I'll be at that pool today. I will personally look into it today. Great, thank you very much. Okay. Are there any additional items to be added to the workshop today?
I just wanted to get the ice machine back on there again.
Okay, that'll be item 7. Any other items?
I didn't get what Todd said. Can you repeat it, Dwayne?
You'd like to put the ice machine?
Okay,
Okay, hearing no other items be added, we'll go ahead with the first item, which would be the recurring workshop agenda for the seawall repair. Mary?
so basically, all the items that follow that are what I have for updates. So we could probably just move into the assessment allocation report.
Okay,
Did everybody get that? And you
Yes.
get a chance to review
Yes.
it? Do you have any corrections that you want me to pass on?
I didn't, Mary.
No.
You didn't get it?
No, I didn't. I don't have any corrections.
Oh, gotcha. Thank you.
Shock of all shocks.
Mary, just on the assessment, we still are going for the 1.5 million.
We are.
And the revised bid from Florida Structural was at 1.3 something.
Mhm.
Yes.
Sorry, I forgot that.
I think it's the-
But I have no additional corrections to that. Just
No.
want to make sure.
Okay, so I will give that feedback back to Rosetta that we're okay with it, and we'll finalize that, move it out of draft form into final form.
Okay,
And I will place that, a final copy out on the website. I'll ask Lori to place it on the website. So good, check that one off. I had put together a PowerPoint presentation for the 25th meeting.
Mhm.
And the only thing I need to know if there's any information in there and that needs to be corrected. And then there's a slide in there where we're going to move into like a little presentation that Todd's going to do with some photos. So people who aren't boaters, who aren't at the marina and don't see the damage that's obvious or haven't seen the damage under the water, we can make sure they understand the need for this repair. So I've got, oh gosh, 104 photos that I was able to get from my mind's blanking on the company that did that for me. And Todd's going to go through and select some that are really impactful, and then we'll have a slide presentation at the public meeting. And is there anything else that people can think of that should be part of this presentation?
Well, what I do like about it is you've gone through and spelled out exactly what the board has been trying to do in the timeframes that we've gone through, even with the delays that we've had from several different aspects of this whole process. I think it'd be a great presentation once if and when we ever get the presentation out there. I'm still hoping for the 25th. Are our timeframes going to be messed up now that we don't have a vote today on some of the items?
Well, what were we supposed to vote on today? I didn't think there was anything that affected the seawall.
I guess I'm going to jump to the next item there, which was the event timeline.
Yeah,
Because we get down to today. We were supposed to approve the revised bids,
We did that.
or did we already do that?
Yeah.
We jumped from.
well, yeah. We probably should have, but it wasn't on the board meeting agenda anyway.
Mhm.
Okay,
So we approved Abbott, and then because we lost that bid because we couldn't lock into it, we went out to bid, and now we're looking with Florida Structural. At some point, we need to officially approve Florida Structural Group, but you know, that's kind of just a formality. We've talked about it at board meetings.
Yeah.
So we'll have to do that on the 18th.
on the 18th. Now, we still have to have the timeframes for the public hearing on the 25th. The 18th to approve that, I don't think is going to interfere with anything, right?
Nope, it shouldn't.
Because in your
It
timeline, we
shouldn't.
were going to sign the contract with Florida Structural on the 6th. And there was money due for a down payment on that. I guess that's going to be changed to the 18th. I guess Todd's going to have to call back to Florida Structural and change that. Or can we go ahead and still sign the contract today?
I think we can sign the contract today and send it, and we're just going to have to make sure on the 18th that we say that we talked about it, we approved it, we just weren't in an official board meeting with a quorum to do it.
Okay.
Right. What you're going to need to do, Dwayne, is you're going to have to do like a straw vote.
Yep.
And get the approval, and then at the next meeting formally do it. But you got to get your straw vote approval today to move forward.
So I might as well go ahead and do that right now then. Can I have a straw vote for moving from Abbott Construction to Florida Structural at, I think it was $1,344,019.
Yeah, it's on here. It's on here,
On the PowerPoint.
on PowerPoint. $1,344,970.
Read it again for me.
Okay, it'll be $1,344,970. Did I just say that wrong?
It's
$1 million,
It's okay, I got it.
You got it.
$4,970.
And, okay, I don't know why I thought I heard pennies on there.
Well, I did. I thought
Okay.
I remembered 19 cents and I don't know why. Probably that's
Oh, okay.
left.
Well, all right. And Dwayne, if it's okay, it'd be easier if we just said, who is there, anybody for it, yay, and then against, and if anybody says nay, then we have to do names. Other than that, we don't have to do names.
Okay, all those in favor of approving the straw vote, please say aye.
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 Those against, please say nay. The motion is passed. I'll put that on the board meeting for the 18th.
I see that Lewis has joined us. He's muted right now. Do we need to include?
Lewis, are you there? Lewis?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, did you just hear the last straw vote to approve Florida structural in the amount of $1,344,970?
Yes, sir. I voted affirmative, but I was muted at the time. Sorry.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, I got it. Thanks, Dwayne. Thanks, Mary.
Yep.
So that was all the timeline, under the timeline heading, right?
Yes.
Did we jump? Yeah, we jumped ahead to timeline. Okay.
Review that. Did you want to go over your exhibit A, Mary, on the special assessments?
Yep, the exhibit A, everything, let's see. Once we approved the timeline, I'll put that out there, but right now, it's out there. Everything under construction bids is out there. I believe. Everything with the financial services contracts, the financing bids, letter to property owners, the amended budget, the Zoom details. I gotta check and see if that's out there. Right now, we've got at least 95% of it out there. It's out there under the heading bond documents, though. I need to get that changed to 2022 special assessment. Go ahead, Lori.
I had sent Big Fish request to change that. And he had replied that he was on vacation and that he would try to get signed on to take care of it. It hasn't been taken care of yet because I assumed he would have signed on by now.
Lori,
Well,
change what?
Right now,
I'm sorry.
in the letter that went out to the property owners, we had said that, oh, it's been changed. Okay, the last time I checked, it hadn't. Okay, so in the
Okay.
letter, it says go to resources and then go to 2022 special assessment.
Resources.
And now it has been changed. So.
Okay, all right. I thought he'd taken
a
care
lot
of it.
information there.
And one other
Yeah.
thing, Mary, on the folder for the public hearing, would you walk through that again, just what we're going to be doing? I just want that for the residents that are listening and those that are here in the audience know specifically what's coming of that.
Absolutely. So right now, the PowerPoint, we're going to go through the seawall repair. And I've got a slide in there that is going to show the things that were noted in the inspection that was done by Reuben Clarkson. And we're going to go into a slideshow. And it's going to show pictures, the walls and the significant damage. And Todd is going to speak to each slide about the damage. We're going to talk about that we've signed a contract with Florida Structural, and that there's a installment due there, that the next step is to obtain the permits. That the project is, that's what I need to know, if Todd has any changes to these, but hopefully we'll get that out there. That the project is going to start on September 15th. That there'll be a process, that they'll be working from 8 to 5 every day. There's going to need to be a process for coordinating, moving the boats as we work through this, and that will get locked down. There'll be a temporary gateway that will be provided so people can get access to their boats and be able to go out and to enjoy them on the weekends, a safe way, hopefully. We'll get that all locked down. And the whole process is anticipated to be completed by December 31st.
I guess I was looking more at the preliminary amended budget
Yep,
on how that's
So-
going to affect everybody.
yep. So then we'll go into the budget, and right now the budget that's in the, we're assuming a 6% interest rate, but the reality is we will lock that in based on 112 basis points above the 10-year treasury. And I will be checking that every day. I've got to look up the July 1st one. In the presentation, I went through June 24th, but I will go through July 22nd for the purpose of the presentation. We will lock in as soon, as we can prior to closing. But at the 25th, I will be using the rate as of the 22nd to update people what that rate is. And then I will submit the tax roll on the 31st based on the rate that it is. It's good. The tax roll is going to be submitted based on the 6% rate, because I have to lock in on a rate and I have to upload it, or the rate that we lock in on the 25th, probably the 25th, because it's a better rate. So I will upload that tax roll to the tax appraiser's office on the 31st. And the estimated bills will be generated and mailed on August 24th. Based on that rate that we lock in on the public hearing date. And then we will have to have another public hearing prior to the final upload on September 15th. And we will know the rate that it'll be then. So it's going to be confusing.
Yep.
But we'll kind of have to watch those rates. But I think it will be less than 6%, which is what's in the asset allocation report. And it'll be less than 6%, which is what it's in the preliminary budget.
Okay.
But we just don't know. I mean, we're going to keep watching the rates. As of June 24th, the rate would have been 4.25. So we'll see.
Let's hope it stays there.
Yes.
But we'll need the whole 1.5 just for the seawall by the time we get done with Florida Structural and all the costs it's cost us to actually get the loan. There's not going to be any money to do any other recreational projects at this point.
Correct.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
have one question, back up just a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, Mary, you're the ones that signs the contracts, correct?
This contracts is usually signed by the chair for these types of projects.
Then what I'll do is what I need from you are the dates, because I think we have to modify the dates is what it was in the other contract, or what dates you want the payments due. Because I think we
Okay.
have, because he showed on the original, he showed, I think it was the 15th. Forgive me, I don't have it with me. It's at the office. And I was unable to make it down there this weekend. So I think we need to move that to like the 18th or something like that. And he was all right with doing that. And then the initial down payment, he was all right with taking a little less to get started since we don't have the cash yet. So what I would probably do then is I would just have him contact Dwayne, and he can send him the contract directly with the updated dates and all that, and get it signed.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right, I will call him today when we're done here.
Is, Todd, the question I have is Florida Structural cognizant of the terms and agreements that we have developed here on the acceptance letter, which included all the stuff that came in from Foster Consultant? Have they agreed to that, or is this going to be a shock to them?
They have not seen that, no.
Then I think I'm going to shoot it to him, tell him here it is.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't think he'll be shocked by it because it's all pretty standard stuff. I
Yep.
mean, they didn't seem to have any problems with any of that, but I did not show them that document. No.
Okay, I'll do that.
Help
They've
me out,
worked with
guys. What's
Foster
that document again?
It's the acceptance letter. And it has a lot of
Okay,
terms
thank you.
and conditions.
And they've worked with Foster before, so I'm assuming they've already seen this same thing because that's exactly where it came from. So.
Yep.
Okay.
We can sign the contract today with Florida Structural. Even, and the board will approve that on the 18th because we just took the straw vote, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, anything else on that? Then let's move on to the referendum to the revised charter.
I'm going to move that to the 18th meeting. I will physically be there on the 18th. So I would like to move that to that meeting. And I would like to know if the board would approve Mark Barnaby being at that meeting on the 18th as well. So he can help me present the changes that I am going to ask that we consider to the charter.
That was going to be my recommendation if we were going to do that.
Okay.
Anybody against having Mark, our district councils here?
Fine. Fine.
Fine with that.
Okay,
No
Yeah, I'm
objection.
fine with it.
Okay. So we'll move that to the 18th. I'll have Mark there and I'll get information out to everybody prior to that meeting so they'll know what I am recommending we make for changes via a referendum vote in December.
okay.
Mary, you stated in December, but isn't it November?
No, it'll be when we do our board elections, so it'll be
Election date.
December.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
But we'll have to have that referendum all drawn up and ready for that December vote.
Yes,
Yes, like 60 or 90 days in advance.
yep,
English and Spanish and the whole 9 yards.
yep.
Okay, let's move on to the incident reporting.
Okay.
Kathy?
In doing some investigative work about our procedures for reporting incidents and accidents here, discovered that we really don't have one. We had a resident that fell during the cookout that we had in June, and made me realize that we need to have something, a procedure in place to protect the district as well as the residents. We use FMIT, which is Florida Municipal Insurance Trust, for our liability insurance. So after the resident fell in June, called the resident, got all of her information, and TJ and I completed there's a form online that you have to do. We had to kind of be creative in how we did it because it's not really for someone falling. We had to kind of make it fit, but they took it and it was good. But then it made me realize that not everybody can do that. There's going to be times when we have an incident that a trustee's not there. And so what is that resident that helps the person or sees it? What do they do? So the reform that you have in front of you in your packets, it's just an idea, doesn't have to be adopted or anything, but there needs to be a procedure in place. I witnessed 3 different accidents here. One at a dance, one at the cookout, and then one during the exercise class. And no one knows what to do. So this is an idea for a form. It's pretty basic. We can make it fancier if we need to, but whoever witnesses the incident should write this down. That's just my idea. And then it can be submitted to whoever we need to submit it to, so the form that we use for FMIT can be completed. Because there's nothing in place. So I just wanted to know how you all feel about this, because I just feel that we're one incident away from a possible big thing. And it's basically it's a protection for us. So what do you all think?
Kathy, are you saying that this form is just to collect the information and then you still have to go online and fill out the FIT form?
Yes, there's nothing that we could not, TJ and I could not find anything on how you officially document it. So we did that. TJ has permission from FMIT to do this. Other folks can also be granted permission if they wish, I'm sure. But this is just to collect the information.
Okay.
It's all
Does
it
it
is.
mirror FMIT's data?
I'm sorry, what, Lori?
Does it mirror what FMIT wants online? Or do I
Yes.
have to translate? Okay.
No,
All
it's
right.
that the FMIT form is basically for using cars, and there's nothing about a personal injury. We had to modify it. We had to be
Right.
creative in how we did it, but they accepted it. But there's nothing there that states if someone falls, you do this form. We checked, and there's nothing.
Okay.
Are we going to have to develop a policy and procedures
Yeah.
for that? And as well
Yeah.
as identify the form as a form?
Yeah, it needs to be a PP. And one thing that I see on, if it's on the form, if it's on the policy, if they're all on the same sheet, whatever, but it's got to say that if a fall, I don't know how to word this right this second, but if there's a fall involved, that they must call 911. They should not try to pick the patient up. the injured party up, and some check mark on here that 911 was contacted and what time they arrived or whatever. Something so that everybody understands you can't just help, if I fall down, you can't just help me up and fill out this form and call it good. 911 really needs to be contacted anytime there's a fall involved, or anything that would require us to complete this form. We need to have 911 involved.
Oh,
Sometimes people don't want you to call
No, they don't.
911. I've had 2 incidents and they said, no, don't call anybody out.
but the
I guess
the form could actually say
Confused.
resident
Refused.
refused
Right.
911.
Right.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right.
I agree. I think that this is important to have a witness. If you witness it and you fill out the form, that's great, but they need to have phone numbers and contact information. Because it's true. In all the 3 that I've witnessed, only one time was the person transported. This also happens now at the fire barn where we had 2 incidences. EMS was called each time. The person was checked out. They did not transport. It's just a protection.
Sure. That's a,
So what I'm gathering is you're
Yes.
going to collect more information
Mhm.
to develop
I
a
would like to.
PP as
Yes.
well as revise this
Yes.
form and bring it back to the,
I can do that. Yeah. And I think with this is taking it one step further, and I realize that, but we have so many instructors who come on our property. They need to, this is of course the board's permission, to be aware of this, to be trained on how to do it. Because what happens if one of us is not there in the class and then the person falls? And the one class that I witnessed, the instructor literally backed away from the resident. He had no idea what to do. And I don't, it's just that we have all these classes here
mhm.
and people take tumbles.
do we require the instructors to have insurance?
No,
No,
no.
should we?
Good question.
I don't think
I
it's
think-
necessary, Dwayne. I mean, our insurance covers anything that happens on the grounds. I don't think the instructor needs it as well. They're automatically covered the second they are here on the grounds.
So what I'm hearing is that we think we want a PP, and I'll work on getting a PP number set up and in the wings, and I can let Kathy know what I'm thinking. I need to know what the board is thinking. The way that the PP numbers are broken down is there's a section of them that are forms, and do you want this in the forms section, or is this so important that it needs to be up in more with the procedural, higher up in the list of numbers, or doesn't it really matter? It's a form, keep it a form.
As long as
Okay.
the policy
Information's on
says
there.
see form number, whatever,
Mhm.
I don't see it as being that important.
Because I
Okay,
think if you would
okay.
redo the form, you do the form where it's portrait versus landscape or whatever is the long form.
Yep.
And have the
Yep.
instructions down below so that anybody can know what to do. Like this form should be completed and taken to the office. If the office is closed, put it in the night drop box, that they follow up with it. The more important thing is completing it and then following up. But I think instructors should be aware of it. They should have some training on it, on what to do. Most classes have class managers. Someone needs to be responsible for it.
And each
Right.
instructor should probably have a
Yeah.
few of these on
Yes,
hand
yes.
when they come to class. Because we wouldn't know where to go find one if the office was closed. So,
And I don't know if any instructors go through basic first aid, but you should never try to pick up a person who falls.
right.
And that happened at the cookout. And we said, no, leave it, let her be. Don't move her. Because we don't know what that person is feeling.
Broke a hip.
We know nothing about their bodies. And you don't touch anyone.
Right.
You let them be. And I think that should be a basic thing for the instructors to know. Have you had basic first aid? That's part of basic first aid. You never move anyone that falls.
These, this form should also be included in all the first aid kits.
What I was thinking was maybe not in the first aid kit, because when you open them up, it might fall around and be a pain. But I was thinking, you know how we all have those pockets by our desks where we get our new paperwork? What if we had one of those near each of the first aid kits with some of these in it?
It's an idea. Okay.
True.
When we hire, when someone agrees to teach a class, do they get any kind of an information packet from TE that maybe could include this form and incident instructions?
Well, the form will have the instructions on it. They just need to know the form exists and where to get it.
I'm saying an information packet that basically, has a phone number of a contact if there's an emergency, where the first aid kits are located, and reiterate this form to them.
That would be logical, is when they come in and sign their contract, is hand them the packet that says, here, this is where the information's at. This is where our first aid kits are located, blah, blah, blah.
I don't think it has to be more than 3 or 4 pages, if that.
It's simple.
Something else I want to check on too is the employee handbook actually has incident reporting, and I know we have incident reporting for the employees. I'd want to go back and check that letter out also, and I'll give you that as soon as I found it.
Okay, so I'll follow up on this and work on this.
Kathy, I'll be glad to help you
Good. Okay.
develop this and
The more the merrier.
good packet
Okay.
for our instructors.
Well,
Okay.
you gotta be careful, because this is because it's a PP. It's gonna wind up being a votable item.
Yep.
So
You don't want to.
It's a one-way street. We can send Kathy our thoughts. Kathy can't respond to them, nor can we put our heads together and say, like me, call Kathy and go back and forth and say, well, should it say this verbiage or should it say that verbiage? We can't do that because it's going to be a votable item.
Okay.
So sorry, Kathy.
No, it's
We can all
fine.
send you our opinions.
That's fine.
Okay.
I just won't respond. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, the last item we have here is the ice machine. Todd?
All right, I met with Mr. from ASAP Ice, and I showed him the other location that you guys wanted me to show him. And he was less than impressed with it. So we took and we scoured the park one more time, and we came up with the 2 locations that I posed before. One at the post office, the second one on the northeast corner of the marina up there, and then we found an additional one. And I was going to have a picture of that, but again, I didn't make it this weekend. So so where it is okay. You know where the air compressor is at, right by the office. I'm assuming in that little roundabout area there.
Yep.
There's a little flower bed right to the left. There's power and electric right behind that wall, so we could put it right there. So he was all right with that. So it would be 3 possible locations. I still think the best location is at the marina, but I guess I'm looking to hear what anybody else thinks.
At the marina.
No, it's not at the marina. It's on the northeast wall, sitting right in the grass, right on Michigan and American Way. I'm going to hold my reservations until I hear from the rest of the board members, because I don't want to influence on this one.
I'm having a hard time picturing that 3rd location.
I am too.
All right, so if you go out
Right by the air pumps.
right by the air compressor. So the breezeway basically that goes into the large hall, right up by the
Okay.
office.
Okay,
And that turnabout right there where you turn in, just to the left of the air pump right
Yeah.
there. There's a small area there where we could pour, there's a little flower bed right there. You could pour a concrete pad and place it right there.
okay.
Todd, did you guys, I'm assuming you snooped this part, but there's a door back there somewhere. Will that allow that door to still open?
Yes, there's still plenty of room for that. Or actually, there's two
Okay.
doors there actually. So yes, and
Yep.
both of them will work fine.
Okay.
It won't
All right.
impede
I
either one of them.
assumed you guys had that covered. I guess my thought is, has anyone asked the folks who live right there on Michigan or American Way that would be right across the street from that, their thoughts?
I have not talked
Does it
to,
matter?
I have not talked to any of them, no.
Okay, Todd, this is Kathy. What
Yep.
about the post office? I know that was a
Yes,
lively discussion
I'm all
last
right with,
time.
I'm all right with the post office one too. It's right there in that little,
Yeah,
zoned off area. I think somebody had a problem where people might pull boats in there and be blocking, is what I think what was said last meeting anyways.
Yeah, it wasn't just the blocking, but it was also that they're coming around the post office and on the far side to get out of the post office. And that's where everybody's walking, getting their mail and stuff. And I was concerned with that. Yeah,
Yes,
that
but
was me, yeah.
that's right where our storage lot, where everybody comes in and out of with boats and stuff all the time. So I mean, it's not much difference. And I assume it's not gonna add that much traffic. And I think most of the people are gonna be using this or, hauling coolers down to our marina.
That's true, Todd. I hadn't thought of that. Thank you.
Anything else?
Yeah, this is Russell. Todd, I think, I wonder if are we just inviting people from the outside to come in here and be around our facilities and have more traffic come into the property and have more unknown situations occur by even putting one of these ice machines around our facilities?
Yeah, I assume that's gonna happen with this, that there will be other people from outside when they drive through. I mean, that is a thoroughfare right there and people see it and need ice. It'll be a place for them to stop. I don't know how much outside will get used. I have no clue on that one.
And do we have a clue how much we think we're gonna earn from this?
No, we really don't know. What he said, in order to make the machine viable to have it around, they need to average 15 bags of ice a day, basically.
Okay. Which would, has anybody done the math and figured out, because we get 10% of that, so that'd be
Potential profit on it is basically about $700 a year at those numbers.
okay.
That's taken out for the water and the electric.
Right. Okay. I don't know why 600 was sticking in my head from another meeting, but to me, I'm not sure that that's worth like Russell said, the invite of the extra folks stopping and hanging out in the park instead of just driving through.
And that's what I had discussed at the last meeting. I know this is a convenience for the residents, but I would not want to live on Michigan and have people driving up at all times of the day getting ice. And I just don't think it's worth $800. That's the last figure I'd heard in profit for us to spend concrete pad, water, electricity, and have outside aggravation. I'm sorry, I just don't see it as a convenience to anybody. Even though I have a boat and I'd love to have it right here to do that, but it is just weighing everything else. I just don't see it as a convenience.
And Dwayne, it's every location, I believe, has trailers, homes near it. If they put it by the air hose, there's the homes there at the end of New York. Don't know if it would carry as far as Pennsylvania, but at least those homes at the end of New York and the backside of homes there by the post office.
Well,
So
it isn't,
it has
it's
an
not any
impact on-
louder. It's not any louder than the air compressor. That's why, that was why I
Oh,
picked right
okay.
there.
Okay. Roger. Okay.
But I hate to tear up all of our flower beds that we've already made such.
I see both sides of it. I really do. And so I mean, I could go either way on it. I mean, I thought it was a convenience for the people in the park, and it also, with the health department stuff, with people getting in our ice machine all the time, it prevents that too. So we don't have any problems with the health department in our kitchen.
Well, it's a lot cheaper to do something with our ice machine in the kitchen than it is to put up this whole pad and ice machine and everything else.
Well, that's fine. If you want to drop it, then we can drop it. It's all your guys' call. I can go either way.
What's the rest of the board?
I'm in support of dropping it.
I vote to drop. Sorry.
Kathy shook her head.
Sorry.
I would like to drop it.
I'm in favor of dropping it. I don't think it's worth the traffic from the outside in the park.
All right, fair enough.
And I'm in favor of it also, dropping it.
Fair enough.
Drop it.
Okay.
Thank you, Todd, for your hard work, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
No problem. I understand.
Okay, do you have any resident comments? Anybody on Zoom that would like to have resident comments? With that, I'll adjourn the workshop at 10:21.
All right. Dwayne,
Yes.
Kathy did tell you that I'm going to be late getting the minutes done.
Yes, thank you.
Perfect. Thank you much.
Everybody, please turn the light.